Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video, here to talk about the latest episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under Season 2. Now, before we get into the episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like the video, and apologies, I keep forgetting to upload the first two episodes. They will go up. I think I'm just going to do all three videos like up today, so the latest episode of Canada, this one, and then I did one video with the first two episodes of Down Under. I think I'm just going to put them all up together. Otherwise, I'm probably going to keep forgetting. Now, this episode, by far my favourite episode of Down Under yet. Now, I'm going to put my mouse over there. I need a table. So they had to do, it was essentially like a hosting challenge. We had a really great guest judge whose name I can't remember, but she's like a comedian that lives over in like New Zealand. Very funny. I come across the videos all the time on Facebook. She is just great, and I think she was the perfect person to have for this sort of challenge, which was sort of like a hosting / comedy challenge. Now the queens were paired up. We had Molly Poppinz and Hannah Conda together. Now, they both did a really good job. I really enjoyed them this episode. I thought they were really funny. They were kind of campy and a bit stupid. The judges said they kind of wished there was more. Like, they were like, you had great chemistry, but there wasn't a whole lot of, like, substance there. And they were like, you know, we learned more about Hannah than we did about Molly. So it would have been nice to kind of have more of that, of each of you. But they were safe, so I was happy with that. We had Queen Kong and Minnie Cooper together. And this team, Queen Kong, was hilarious. Now, I will say I'm sad at the fact that the comedy was from like a racial standpoint. Not as in like I'm sad because it wasn't funny. It was absolutely hilarious. Not problem I had, but like the sad thing is, like a lot of the things that Queen was making jokes about are things that people either had to deal with in the past or sometimes are even still dealing with now, which is a shame. As humans, we should all be treated the same, regardless of race, gender, sexuality. All that should just be, we are humans. That's it. We are humans. But Queen did a phenomenal job. I thought she was absolutely hilarious. Minnie Cooper did a good job. Don't really remember much of what she said. I just remember she talked and it was funny. So, yeah. It was a great episode for those two again. You know, I thought they did a really good job. Let's talk about our winners. So, Spankie Jackson won her second challenge this week. And Uruguay won her first. Oh my god, why was that name so difficult to say? I have no idea. Now, Spankie did a phenomenal job. She really knocked it out of the park, and Uruguay really was there to hit those accents that she needed to hit. Now, Uruguay had an especially hard time this week because she wasn't there for some of the episode because she had to leave and go to A&E because she had like an eye infection. And like the challenge was starting and everyone was like, is she gonna like make it back in time? Is she not gonna make it back in time? And then at one point it cuts to backstage and you see Yuri there just like doing her makeup like really quickly. You're like, okay, so she's here. Will she make it? She did. They came on, they knocked it out of the park, they did a great job. I can definitely see why they won. It was just a great episode. Now, from the tops, we'll go to the bottoms of the week, which were Beverly Kills and Pomara Fifth. Definitely my bottom two. It just wasn't as funny as the other teams, and that was kind of the problem. You know, it's kind of that thing. It's like essentially like a comedy challenge. If you're the least funny, you're kind of going to be in the bottom. Beverly kept really pushing to get this like toast thing in. She's like, oh yeah, we do this all the time back home and stuff like that. And she did it. in like the workroom, and I was sat there going, I'm not sure if I heard all of that, but from what I heard, it wasn't funny. And then they did it in the actual set, and I was like, oh, I did hear all of it. It's not funny. I don't get why that's like. Is there something I'm missing about it? The other queens, because it was like you repeat what we say sort of thing. They didn't seem to. At one point, they got a bit confused. Where they're like, "Are we still repeating what you're saying? Are we not repeating?" And only like some of them did, some of them didn't. It wasn't the best, and there definitely wasn't any like chemistry between the two of them, which made it feel more awkward because they're supposed to be hosting together. Um, Definitely my bottom two. They were the bottom two. They had to lip sync to a song by Kylie in Years and Years, I think it was, and they did. Pomara did an okay job. Beverly killed it. Beverly did really well. Definitely a good lip syncer. Um, I think one of the things that really cinched. There was at one point during the lip sync where you're like, okay, Pomara's out, and I think what it was was there. Oh my god, how many times can you say "was" in one sentence? Um, at one point, Beverly did a stunt, and Pomara walked like right into her, and she looked a bit like kind of like at that point, and from that point on, it was kind of like, okay, Beverly's got. I mean, Beverly would have had it anyway, but I think that just kind of really cinched it almost. So, unfortunately, we've had to say goodbye to Pomara this week. I think she's done well this competition. I would have liked to have seen more of her, but who knows? Maybe they'll get some Down Under Queens on a Versus the World season at some point. So I know Anita is rumoured to be on Conda Versus the World, so never say never. But yes, so the Queens move forward. I cannot for the life of me remember what next week's challenge is. This always happens with one episode. Like I'll watch like 2 episodes. One I'll remember what it is next week, and the other I'll just completely forget. But yeah, so that was Down Under episode 3. Episode 3. We'll go episode 3. I'm pretty sure it was episode 3. How many times can you say episode 3? Before I go, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below who are you rooting for. I really like Kween. I think she did a really good job this episode, but there's quite a few queens that I like. Like, I do like Hannah Conda. I do like Molly Poppinz. Minnie Cooper has her moments. Spankie's doing very well. Yuri Guaii is starting to go up in my estimations. I think she did really well this episode. She had a lot to overcome because she says she's not a public speaker. She had the whole thing with her eye infection. So, yeah, I think she really stepped up this week. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to keep watching and see. Until then, until next time, I'm Indigo Diamond, and I will see you lovely people later. Bye!